Hello there, I'm going to show you how to make a really quick, really powerful, emotional, immersive environment for hubs using just a few simple tools. So here we are in Blockade Labs Skybox. It's a really great way to use generative AI to create scenes just like this. So we're going to go and create something quite scary because I'm in a Halloween horror moon kind of mood. So let's get started. What do I want to see? Now, this 360 panorama can be imported into Spoke to create a world around you. So I'm going to dream up the world. You can write anything you like. So use your imagination and describe something. I've got this sentence here. A foreboding forest at night appears as an inky abyss, with twisted silhouettes of gnarled trees shrouded in an eerie moonlit glow, casting haunting shadows that seem to come alive with unseen terrors. That's quite scary, and my English teacher will be very proud of me. So I just pop that into there. It's describing what I want to see. There's no limits on this. You can use something as simple as a scary forest, and it will create something. But the more you get to describing, the better. So there's lots of different kinds of techniques you can use. Interiors for inside buildings, Skydome. Obviously, if you have a proper account, you can start paying for other things, but the free ones are really, really good. I'm going to go for, what do I feel like? I feel like watercolour. I feel like that's quite scary. So I'm going to click generate, and over a few seconds, it can just go away and make a scene. It's worth pointing out that the free version of Skybox has 5 renders every so many days. So know what you want to get before you started if you want the free account. If there's a group of you, maybe line up so you're not all doing it at once and burning through your free versions. Okay, is this right? Maybe. This is a very fantasy-like feeling, so this could be good, but I'm not too sure. I'm going to give a pen and ink. Gonna see if this is more me. Slight thing. I've only got 2 bits left after this. Hopefully, we'll hit the nail on the head and get this sorted. Once that's rendering, SoundCloud. Really awesome tool. So what you do is just search for what you want. I've searched for scary ambient. On the left-hand side, I say tracks. And then under Creative Commons, you want to say the licenses to share. That just keeps things nice and good. You might have some music from your favourite film you want to use, but that's not legal. So I'm telling you, SoundCloud, tracks, Creative Commons license to share, and then you're in the clear. Let's go back to Blockade. Oh, bloody hell, that's amazing. That is really disorientating, quite scary. There's an eagle up there. That's very good. And what's really nice about this is that we've got some cues for movement. So straight away down here, we've got a path leading forward towards a light that suggests moving forward. So if we use this environment, we know where to place things. We know where to place interaction points. So I really like this. It's very scary. So let's download this. And I'm going to go for PNG. Am I? It's thinking about it. Whilst it's getting ready to download, things take time to work in the background. This is Spoke. I've got a new environment, completely blank. It actually doesn't matter what's really there. This crater terrain, I'm just going to go ahead and delete that. It's not needed. Just show that we start with completely nothing, and we've got a spawn point here ready to go in. So I'm just checking what kind of images we can use. I think we can use any kind of image actually. So assets is a limit to what we're doing. So I've got something here. Where is it? It's already downloaded. Let's try and upload the image we've got. So click upload. Bum bum bum. I'm going to go to my downloads folder. And there we are. Looks like it's going to be completely fine. Yeah, it's uploading. So it's always good just checking what you're doing here. As you might be noticing, the longest thing you have to do is processing, and it's quite fast. The technique is very simple, and I'll show you in a second. So, created our scary scene, we downloaded it, we've got scary music ready to go, and I don't know if you'll hear it, so I'm going to turn my volume right up and push into my speakers. This might come through. Yep, that's quite scary. Right, so we've now got our scene ready to go. So what we do is we just click on the image and we're just going to pop it there. Right now, that's completely not doing anything. It's very uninspiring. It's just a small image about the size of a shoebox, but that's not a problem because what we do is we click on projection down here. Just by when we do the image part to insert, this is our panel. It's an image there. Click on it, bottom right, you have options. So by default it's flat, but I want to select 360 equitangular, and it rolls it down into a ball. I can then go up here to the scale. Now all these three scale dimensions, X, Y, and Z, are linked. You see there's a link there. And I just drag this and make it. I'm also going to take the position and make sure that is at 0, 0, 0. My spawn point is also going to be at 0, 0, 0. So it should be, you see there? The center of the spawn point is the center of our world. Might be a bit tricky to see, so I'll make it there. At the moment, our spawn point is floating above. So that's okay. All I'm going to do is take my image and move it up, and that is moving in the Y direction. So I just keep going, keep going, keep going until I'm at the place I want to be. Now this is a forest scene, so maybe that scale's a bit too big, a bit smaller. Make sure this drops down a bit. You can see my floor plane interacting. It's still quite big. Maybe something more like that. It's very qualitative, really. Getting things the right scale. Looking around, I think this is going to be okay. And I'm going to rotate this around so that I start this where I want. So rotate around the Y. When I load in, I don't want to be looking at the direction of the answer. I want to be looking. Let's look over towards the mountain. There we are. So we've now got a scene. Now you see the little watermarks at the bottom and at the top. That's because it's the free version. Not as good. But if I was starting here, I would load into my VR space. I am able to look around. These trees are very big, they're very foreboding, it's fitting everything. Visually, it's perfect. Let's get some sound in. Bring up my display here, and I'm going to go to Elements, bum, 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 and Audio. My audio point, I'm just going to pop by the person, because why not? And I'm going to give the URL. The URL over here, so I just go to SoundCloud, copy link, it's copied, and drop it into there, just paste it. I don't want to have controls, I just want this to be sound that plays. I don't want this to be visible, but I do want it to be enabled. So loop it, sit there. Now there are things you can do with audio. That's about having locational sound, so that it's from a certain area. But I'm just going to leave this where we are at the moment. So it's right where you start. So you enter in this room and you hear the scary sound. So we've got a visual part, we've got a sound part. Now, I'd be tempted to put some kind of floor in this world. Maybe a Sketchfab model of grass or something, but I think this is okay. I think we can live with this as we are. So one thing I want to do as well, I want to get a bit cleverer on the design. So I'm going to put some light in. So this small piece, I'm going to call it a spotlight. So I really enjoy using spotlights. I'm going to put my spotlight here. Rotate it around 180 degrees. So it's shining at the person. I'm going to have a really high intensity light with say 90, do you want 90 degree? 30 degree, I think. So a real pinpoint of light. The range is going to be about, I'll get this in the right place. This to be there. It might actually be easier to rotate around the image. The spotlight is there. Just around a bit further. So you see that the spotlight and the light source is really lining up with that end of the road. So we're really giving a cue that this light is something. You might not, there it is, you can just about see where those 3 axes is in the horizon. Let's take that down slightly maybe. But you'll see a big illuminating light coming from there. That outer cone at 30 degrees is a bit too much, down to 15 degrees. So it's really getting quite targeted. And I'm going to rotate it around so it's shining into the center. So there we are. You can just about see a cone of light. I'm going to pitch it down so it's focusing on the user. The distance, the range, I'm going to make this 8 meters, no, 20 meters. You can still see that cone really appearing. Maybe even change the pitch a little bit more. So we've got a real pitch of light bathing the start of the VR user. So that's going to be a didactic moment. It's something drawing you forward. And this is really important because if there's that's just going to be creating eeriness. I could change this color to be red. So maybe there's some red light that's really bathing the area, contrasting black and white. Maybe I'll keep this on 200, so really intense. And if I put some objects in that light, it's really suggesting that you should move forward, engage in this thing. And that's a didactic moment. It's drawing you through the narrative, drawing you through the story. So I'm now published to Hubs, and we're going to have a look at it. Here we are in the virtual world. Between making the first part of the video and now I've just added a floor which reflects the light. So you can't see that there's a spotlight over there because the spotlight itself is invisible, but you can see how it's illuminating the floor. If I didn't have this floor here, just had a ground plane, you wouldn't get this lovely effect. So you can find other versions of this, maybe put an image or some ground on or a model, but this is a really quick way to get something there which kind of fits the mood. I've also put a model of a cat and a model of a tree. This is just to signal the interaction through. So talking before about in this 360 world, which you can see here, it's quite nice that even though it's just a wraparound image, I can walk right up to this tree and walk away. It does create the illusion. And the sound, I've actually moved to just under the floor, under that picture there, which says use scene. So when I'm right over here, it's very quiet. And then when I come right over here, you can really hear it. It's locational. So a combination of the picture seems to go towards a vanishing point over there, and a cat and a tree and a call to action and the music. Everything's signaling movement. It's signaling that this is the place to be. Also with the red light, it's really emphasizing this is the place to be. It's telling me do this thing. Now if I had another link, another portal to a world and put it over here, even though it would be a very equal interaction, all these signals are pulling me through. So that's just some little things I've added to just make a bit of a more interesting interaction. This is obviously very basic, you can do a lot more with it and really take it to a more beautiful and engaging direction, maybe parts and bits. It's a start, but you can see that just this thing here I wanted to show, there's two elements of creating a spooky scene and having spooky music really is paying off very nicely here. It's something I spent very little time thinking about, just creating, and this is a good prototype. Now we can give this to people, we can see what works, and we can develop it further and iterate. So think fast, develop fast, fail fast, learn from it, move on, and make your designs better. So I'm now going to just activate this link to show you what happens. It's going to take me over to the next scene, which is a thing called Hall of Demos, which I'm playing around with, and at the moment it's in development, just the demo bits. When I come through into emotions, what do we have? We see what's going to be a link to Spooky Skybox. At the moment there's a video playing, again, demo placeholder, but I click on this and I'm going to go back into my spooky wood. Go, and there we are. So a little circular bit of interaction. Again, little bonus there, very undeveloped, lots of things happen there. It just shows you that you can do stuff with Spoke, which is really nice. So, hope you found it inspirational, and check Skybox out for making virtual world scenes very fast, very effective. Use music to be very fast and effective. You can create simple emotional cues on as you desire.